What's up, everyone? The Panda Photographer, and let's talk about the copyright versus online thieves. And let me tell you what I had to deal with in New York City at the Supreme Court. And let me tell you, it was painstaking. My lawyer was mad at me. The lawyer wanted to actually fire me. Like, I don't want to be your client. I don't want to be servicing you anymore. Like, this is too much. Why are people taking images from me and using it on their own platform or their websites without action for permission? And I'm going to talk about all this so you guys have a better understanding what kind of money has gone into protecting your photos and protecting your website. So it's something that you might want to consider of doing later in the future to protect your photography business. But right now, I hope you guys like the scenery here. We upgraded. So, as a PandaPhotographer, I do stress enough that if you do want to go visit me, okay, I got a website here. Let me just move this out the way. I got a website here, 616studios.com, where I have tutorials on photography and videography, but I also have a tutorial on how to protect your work from online thieves. We're going to go through that in this live stream. Just waiting for a few people to come into the live stream, because this is so important for every photographer to acknowledge that their work is valuable. And if their clients or people outside that are not clients cannot see that photographers work 24 hours, 7 days a week, 365 days, no vacation days, pay 35% more taxes. We got to spend money on software, gear, the time, and people don't really want to pay. This is what happened October 27th in New York City Halloween party with this gentleman named Born Pierce, if that's his real name. The dude is not a legitimate businessman. Let's get that straight. You don't say you need my services and don't pay for the services. But I did the video and shot the event from my buddy Tech. Just to let you guys know that. And what's up, Brian Perry? Glad that you are catching these assholes. Yeah, I'm glad I am catching these assholes, because these assholes have to understand you're gonna have to pay each time you have used that image. So if they had it up for years, days, no matter what, oh, that's like what, $1,500 a day, maybe $100 a day. It depends on how the judge sees it. So just gonna wait for a little bit, but let's go talk about what time is it? We are just 3 minutes into the live stream. I'm just gonna wait. I'm gonna start doing what David Orchard has been doing. Wait about 5 minutes, get this live stream going. But in the meantime, what I want you guys to do is go to my website and just look at the tutorials on how to protect your work. Now, I have a trick how to make your photos look pixelated when someone downloads them and reuses it, especially when they actually try to print it out. I used to do it a lot. A lot of you had differences on why I did it that way, and it makes your images look very low res. That's good, but when you on a social media website, you shouldn't be uploading any high res anyway, and I'm gonna stop doing that because I don't trust Facebook. My work, I go out every day, literally go out every day. Spend times, nights, days. I camp out just to get astrophotography photos for days at a time. I don't see civilization for like days. There's no store around me. There's nothing but mountains. If I'm doing landscape work, it's my job to capture the moment, but it's not someone else's job to steal my photos and say, I'm not gonna pay you because it doesn't look like you worked hard enough for this photo. I'm kind of finding a little bit of, I know I'm getting a little saucy. I know I'm using that word saucy. Getting a little saucy because New York, I'm gonna say it right now, I'm gonna be clear. New York has bad vibes. Like, not everyone, you know, but I'm not talking about the Parlor, Project Parlor. I'm not talking about Brooklyn Hook. I'm talking about other people outside of that. Anyone that's on my Instagram that I photograph is cool with me. Born, not cool. Live source radio, not cool with me. Sorry, you guys run a radio show. You guys should know business 101 ethics. Never fuck with the photographer. And you just fucked with me. And now I blocked you from using it. I copyright all my images. Even the part of images copyright, you caught using them. Trust me, you're going to pay a penny. Only DJ Tech is allowed to use these photos. But, yeah, it's what it is. But people don't pay attention to detail. Now, I'm just going to slide up in here really quick. And I'm going to show you a tutorial on how to protect your work. So this is the website. This is my website. So if you go to here, you can read it. Now I'm going to fix it up so you guys can read it better. I'm going to actually increase the text to working on it. But here are steps by step. Okay. In total, there are 5 steps. Okay. And I even have the Romeo statute law here for Facebook. But you know, if you use Facebook now, they want you to like say yes, and I don't really agree to that. Once this is on my website here, this is what I agree to. I don't care what Facebook has to say or Instagram has to say. That's my work. I can take it down. If I request to take it down, I can take it down. But you might want to read this. This tip might help you because what it is that when you actually converting the size in Lightroom, and I'm going to show you that. Let me just boot up Lightroom really quick so I can show you. It'd be much easier and much more practical to show you firsthand how to actually do these steps. Now, I do recommend watermark and also metadata. If you don't know how to do metadata, I have a video on how to create a metadata for your photography and all your images. Don't need to worry about that. Now you can buy a digital watermark, which is more expensive, but it works very efficiently. So this is DJ Tech. This was the photo I was editing on the bus. Yeah, like a boss. And basically I just did what I needed to do to take the photo. And you can see I'm using these gels, blue gels, but boom, pretty decent, pretty sharp. But let's go into library really quickly here, and let me show you what I'm talking about. So what I did was I created a metadata. The metadata is there to help you to identify your images online. So as you can see, you can create a metadata using an EXIF or an IPTC metadata. So you create it, you make it. Now you can just go in here and you can go add preset, and you can make your metadata the way you feel like you want to make your metadata. Like all the information like my name, KK Alexander, Denichi, Bailey, see, or rights reserved, no uses without permission. Did you see? It's there. Everything is there. Phone number, information. Yes, I'm using the Madison, Wisconsin address because in the States, I used to live at the Metropolitan. My friend brought the condominium from my parents. I still get mail there sometimes, especially credit cards. If I'm in a scramble and I'm in a tight squeeze, I use that address. It's the only safe address I will use in the States. But I left that there for a reason because I do business in Paris, Japan, and the United States. And as you can see, I'm just completely done, but I don't need to alter it. So each time you use an image on your photos, what you want to do is take that metadata, right click on your mouse, metadata preset, you select the preset. And each time you add a photo, if you edit in Photoshop and you bring it back into Lightroom, use that preset. And that's what I do when I export out. Now I'm going to show you another trick how to protect your images from online thieves. This may vary, just take this with a grain of salt, but I've been doing it for a long time, then I stopped. Because I wanted my audience on my Instagram and my Facebook to engage into my photos and pixel peep a little bit. See how sharp it is. So, but here's another way how you can do this as well, on top of the metadata. Alright, when we export, now I export 2 ways, a low res and a high res. Under low res, I would select long edge. Normally I don't do 20 by 48. or by in the resolution by 300. Normally, I do this: 1000 by 72 pixels per inch. The reason is that because when someone downloads your images, they don't understand why is it that it says this is they think it's a JPEG. They think that when they blow it up, it's going to be perfectly fine by 20%. No, as soon as you blow it by 5%, it starts to become pixelated. So this is another tip for you guys out there to learn how to protect your photos from those crooked online thieves. Now, I came with a situation with the the high U.S. hostile organization. Now, I knew my conscience was right, but I was angry because that image was taken. First of all, I broke the law to take that image. This, mind you, broke the law to take that image. I'm not proud of it, but you know, to capture that image means a lot. To put that much work into it, to have someone steal it from you, it's kind of really, it would piss you off too, right? So check this out. It turns out they did buy the license, and then I did sell it to the client, but the client didn't tell me that he was going to actually sell it as stock as well. So yeah, we in talks right now. But I let the hostile use the image, and I told them I do apologize. And you know what? They were like, yeah, we wanted to just use it, and then like, you know, I didn't want them to take it down. So it was a good image. It looks good for New York City's hostel, but then again, that experience at the New York City hostel was not as great as I would like it. I stayed there before, and it was not too bad last time, but this time it's just like, I draw my line. Draw my line when you hire people that can't speak French, Korean, Japanese. None of them spoke a second language that I met. They were normally New York natives, and they didn't understand a word what people were trying to say. It was like, can you speak English? How can you ask someone that's Danish to speak English when their English is not that great? Or it's kind of rude. It's like, I think it's not rude, but it's the point of, I think if you're going to take a job in this caliber, you kind of want to pick up a few words here and there, you know? Be respectful. But let's continue about the copyright stuff. So when I was in New York, I went to the Supreme Court almost like every other 2 days. That was annoying. Money that I made for this entire summer just went away within a week or two of going to court, filing documentations and papers. It wasn't very pretty. I wanted to buy a new camera. I wasn't able to do that, unfortunately. But yeah, sad to see that happen. But let me show you another tip that you might want to follow. So let's get out of Lightroom really quickly. And so right now I'm on the Law Cardinals Education website, and here is where you want to actually study about U.S. Code Title 17 copyright. Now there's 13 chapters. Each chapter identifies like a subject pattern, a scope of copyright, copyright ownership and transfership, duration of copyright, because duration means how long, and the terms. Copyright notice, deposits, and registration. That's what I did. Registration, copyright, and deposits, and also ownership, transfer ownership, copyright ownership, copyright infringement, and many, many more. So yeah, there's a lot that you might want to study and get familiar. And I think all photographers should do this because it's important. If you don't, you're gonna look like a total jerk at the end of the day. Let me just move this over. I didn't want that block in the way, but yeah, and you can see all of this information here that you may want to read all this and take it upon yourself to educate yourself about the copyright laws in the US, and if you are doing business in the US. And a lot of photographers that are shooting abroad like myself do a lot of business in the US, but I might consider moving back to Madison, Wisconsin. After New York, I thought about it really, really hard, and my parents also said, and Yuki said, and everyone said, you should just move back to Madison. Like, you never had issues here. But I was like, yeah, that's funny you say that, because a young lady that works at the International Hostel said that she was leaving the hostel, and I kind of want to take the job. I like being at the hostel, but then again, I don't know. I think I would make a great ally Just the fact that, like, if someone Japanese come in, I can immediately speak Japanese. Or someone else comes in here, I can immediately speak Korean. So yeah, I might be doing that, guys, but I'm not sure yet. The money went away so quick. Man, I feel like I actually got kicked in the ass. But let me show you one more thing. Contracts, all right? Contracts are so important. When you have a client, okay, make sure that when you write a contract, you have a great understanding between the two of you. Don't cheat the client, don't confuse the client, and definitely don't say, oh, I can't do it when you contract sign. Don't. Let the client bail out so you can get paid. But here are my contracts. So here we are. So as you see, 606 Studios International Photography Services. Number, places, ownership, me. Period. This is my contract. If I use the same contract, I alter it. Meaning, if I'm working in the United States, I work in the United States. If I'm working in Japan, I'm working in Japan. If I'm working in Paris, I'm working in Paris. So, as you can see, the last client, this is based on the last event. And you know what? I'm not going to block any information out because you know what? This dude is just, you know what? I don't care. This dude just ruins everything about how, as a friendship between me and Tech, he just killed it. So I don't want to deal with it. But yeah, information. These are just like information just to give you an example. Okay, and you can see like the event information, the venue, both venues. Actually, there were two venues that night. There was a Freakrest party and the Life Source birthday party. And that right there in itself should entail a full payment. And you can see that the agreement overview, coverage, changes of date of venue, if that ever happens, which it didn't happen. But you can see here, it just makes sense to actually do a retainer fee of $150. But this is based on the event. This is an event photography event. So it's $150 an hour, so that is the non-container fee. But normally, if it's just like an 8-hour event, I would ask for the $300 container fee. But it's non-refundable as well, so make sure that it's not refundable. But if you guys want me to make you contracts, I can have something brung up. Maybe Laura can put something together, and you guys can like donate a few couple bucks for making some of this, because this is not easy to like make and alter. So this is my own contracts based on my own conditions, and yeah, and everything gets notarized, everything gets certified. So, and you can see the copyright law. The images are just between me and the client only, no one outside the client. And this is what happened. This is what happened. Wait, is that music loud? Hold on, guys. I'm just make sure that the music is not too loud. But yeah, people outside the party, outside the client, contacted me. This guy Born will literally tell people to contact me by email to see if I can release the photos to them. No, dude. Come on, I'm very strict about my photography. I'm very strict how I do my business. So you can read this here, and it protects me from the idiocracy out there. I can't speak this week. I think I'm tired. I think all the stress in New York, going to the Supreme Court, going back to Osaka, coming back to New York, going back to Osaka, coming back to New York. I think I just really killed myself, literally, because my eyes are hurting right now. I think I'm just jet lag in total. But you can see everything. Now, your client is supposed to actually pay for your airfare. Now, let's go back to that. Your client is supposed to pay for your travel expenses, food, accommodations, and fees. This client didn't want to pay for anything, not even for the photos. And in reality, I was in Vancouver when he asked for the service on October 8th. I came back to New York on October 13th to sit down with him in a meeting. Now, he was supposed to pay for everything. It states right here in my contract. And every other contract, other photographers would agree with me. Yeah, the client has to pay for your expenses, your travel fees, food food competition. Have to, especially for weddings, big events, live produced shows. They have to. But yep, and I was being generous. Look how generous I was being. I gave them just because of tech. I was like, I'll give 50% off. And then I changed my mind. It's like, no, I'm gonna give you a full price. And guess how much is the full price? Really? And in really terms, it's just 2 events. So 2 events mean that since it was 2 venues, therefore I'm covering both venues, and someone else from the other venue needs to pay me. You see, that's when they try to get slick. So keep that in mind. You can see my signature on the contract. So yeah, these are my signature contracts. If you guys want me to make you a contract, I'd be delighted to help you protect your work. So these are the contracts. So this is going to be something you might want to think about and consider it. But yeah. But other than that, this is how I actually do it. But yeah, I won 3 of my cases in Supreme Court. I have 7 more to go through. Ugh. Yeah, I know. It's fucking troublesome. But let's go read the comments. And Brian's in here. Glad to see that you're catching up to these assholes. Yep, I am. I am catching up to these assholes. These assholes need to be treated with swift. I should. What I should was get my friend from Japan. He's a little badass. I don't know, and he's a little violent. Bring a ninja all the way from Japan to kick some butt. But here's my Instagram, everyone. Here is my Instagram. Pretty nice, right? You can see I was in Osaka for a while. I was glad to be home. Glad to be home for a little bit. But it was a short visit. But yeah, this is all the images that you see. Like these beautiful portraits of these beautiful young ladies. I don't even know their names. That's so bad. They just wanted me to take a portrait and they just left. They didn't give me their names, but I gave them my card and they never contacted me. Ladies, if you're watching this and you see your beautiful face on this screen right now, please send me a message so I can tag you with these photos. Come on. I like to share my photos and tag people and let them know that I'm all about the realism when it comes down to the photography. Yeah. I actually got photos and videos of this guy here too. I need to actually do more of that as well. And this is San Francisco. This was Canarsie, Brooklyn. This was pretty nice image, and I shot this with the micro lens. So, and this is all the images I have to protect from online thieves all the time, like the birthday girl's party images. I still talk to Potato Chip. That's her name, Potato Chip. So, and she's a Chinese American Chinese culture fashion guru. Basically, she takes her culture and her discrimination against Chinese and make it into like something positive. So check out Potato Chip, is pretty cool. But yeah, you know, I do a lot of advertisement. I gotta protect those too. Clients. This was here in Madison during the summertime. You know, King Street, line of King Street. People would be like, "Oh, who's the PandaPhotographer? Can I get these photos?" Now, the Rods are asking me to come back to Madison and maybe do another photo shoot with them or something, but I'm not quite sure. I'm trying to meet up with this young lady here, since I came to Madison for nothing to help a student. End up finding out the student lied. But yeah, I want to see this young lady here so I can get some photos. But yeah, there's a lot of beautiful people in Madison. This is why I like Madison too, because people here are kind of awesome and amazing, but also beautiful. So people in New York are just ugly. No offense, not all of you, but not all of you, but the people that I've run into, are ugly because they're two-faced people. See, like this one was taken in San Diego. Yeah, I know the city of San Diego. I mean, not San Diego, Jose. They've been emailing me and asking me if they can get it in. And I said, go to the right channels, get a license for it. They're trying to get a free copy. No. Get a license for it. Pay me. this was taken with the Rokinon 35 T1.5. That lens is pretty cool, but yeah, guys, I just want to talk with you guys, talk about the copyright stuff that's been going on. So 3 cases, 1 basically, and 7 to go, which is going to be long, painful, and stinking time consuming. It's not cool to be in this predicament. I should be free from all this garbage and not be subject to all this chaos. Oh, ooh, what happened? Ooh, that was strange. I don't know what happened there. That was strange. But anyway, guys, if you like the content, let me know. Like the background, let me know. You guys want to stay here? Let me know. You guys want to help this hostel out? Donate at the highus.com, or what is it? highusa.org, where you can make a donation to the International Hostel if you choose to. So if you guys want to support what I do, you can also go to the PayPal donation link down in the descriptions below, where you can find all the things that you need. If this video was very helpful, it was very explanatory, it might not be, because I'm still angry about the situation at hand. So when I'm angry, it does cloud my judgment. So but other than that, I'm trying to stay cool. And I'm also upset about the young lady. I won't even talk about that. But with that said, everyone, if you liked what you see, hit the thumbs button. Really helps. Like, share, leave a comment, and don't forget to support Eat, Sleep, Photography, Videography, Repeat, and make sure that you also keep aware of the U.S. Code 17 copyright laws. There's 13 chapters in total. Make sure you read them all, and I will see you guys in the next video. You guys take care. Happy shooting.